Good morning and welcome to the Panthers.com Coaches Show. I'm here with head baseball coach Ryan Brittle, and Ryan, it's been quite a ride this season. Champions of the USA South in your first season. How's that feel?
It's unbelievable, really. Sometimes I have to pinch myself to see if I'm dreaming or see if this is really happening. So it's been great.
Right. A couple of guys from the team told me a while ago, pretty much at the beginning of the season, that you were drumming it in their heads that they're going to be champions. And they were picked to place 8th in a 10-team league, and so first sounds pretty good. What do you see as what happened?
Well,
how'd you turn it around?
Well, first and foremost, we have a group of young men that were eager and hungry to win. They were eager and hungry to work, and in order to win a championship, you have to work like a champion. And our work ethic. And one of the things that I believe is when you work beside somebody, when you do physical labor or whatever it is that you're doing, you can tell whether that person's putting a full effort out or whether they're just giving a partial effort. And when you work really hard, our strength and conditioning program, our guys can see the other guys that they're working hard and putting out, you form a certain amount of respect for that person. It bonds you closer together. And I believe that's exactly what happened this year, that our guys, all of our guys made mistakes, but they all knew that they were working hard, and they all had one goal and one focus. And I believe that that's what helped us win a conference championship and have the success that we had this year.
Excellent. Well, I know they were dancing in the streets in Ferrum, although we would have liked Averett to win. But what does it look like for the NCAA? I know it's pretty demanding to get in. Typically, there's only one team that they
It is,
bring in from the league.
And there's the South region is one of the best regions in Division III college baseball. Our chances of getting in are probably very slim. Our out-of-conference schedule is a difficult one, and we didn't do very well in our out-of-conference. So it was probably a very slim chance, but I guess the possibility is always there, and we're eternally optimistic at Ferrum Baseball. So. And we're optimistic about next year, too. We have a lot of excited guys about coming back in September. They're looking forward to it.
Well, let's talk first about your seniors, because this is a great senior class, and Coach Hodges and Travis Hunley, recruited a great class. And let's talk about them. We'll go alphabetically, beginning with Will Covington. Talk about Will Covington. He's a veteran.
So first and foremost, Coach Hodges and Coach Hunley didn't leave the cupboard bare for me. And Coach Hunley certainly was. He's a solidifying force in this group of young men. And Will Covington, he's the kind of kid. I mean, you can't ask for a better kid in the world to be a part of your program. And Will's a guy that served 7 years in the Army. He did 2 tours in Iraq, and he sacrificed more for our program and for our country than anybody that's on our team could ever imagine. Our guys, they love Will. They support Will. Will didn't get a whole lot of playing time, but they knew that he needed to be a part of the team, and we're thankful that he is a part of our program, and always will be. All these guys will always be Ferrum Panthers.
Yeah. And he brought some leadership and some of those intangibles in the on the bench and in the clubhouse.
Absolutely, a guy that never complained about anything, always had a positive attitude. And one of the things I preached over the year was that I felt like our team chemistry and the closeness that we had to bond that together for the entire year in order to do the things that we needed to do. And one of the things that I told the guys is that if you're not playing on the field, it's not the guy's fault in front of you that's playing in front of you. I'm the one that makes out the lineup.
Yeah.
Don't be frustrated at him. Be frustrated at me. That's fine. Don't show it outwardly. If you need to come talk to me, come talk to me. But that guy that's playing in front of you, he's your teammate. He's your friend. He's your buddy. Support that guy. Don't wish him any bad luck. Support him. Hope that he does well. And you yourself work hard to try and beat that guy out. And I think that was a very important key to our season. Our guys, at no point in time did our bench have any ill will towards the guys that were in the field, and that's very important for a team.
Boy, it really is, and that chemistry and a guy like Will Covington certainly helps. Then you got Justin Cox, the Sand Hills guy, comes in from community college, and
Justin Cox from Wake Tech came in, and here's a guy that and many of our guys in our lineup struggled at some point in time, and he struggled during the middle of the year, swinging the bat, and talk about a guy that never quit. He would be down in the cage hitting, late at night or whatever, trying to find his swing, and he found it, and he came back, and the end of the year we won 4 straight games, and he was one of the main reasons why, because of his hot bat.
He also found time to study, didn't he?
He did. All of our all
These
of our
seniors
guys
are amazing.
They are. They're all good students. We have 2 that are graduating this spring, and one that'll graduate in December, one that'll graduate next spring. But they're
Justin's going to graduate in 2015.
Correct. They're all good students, and probably will make the dean's list. And we're extremely as proud of that as we are the things that we accomplished.
They're all USA academic.
Yes.
They'll make that team.
Yes. They did last year, and they will.
Right.
They did last year, and they will this year too. So.
And you got the young man we had on the show a month ago or so, Eddie McGrath.
Great kid.
Third baseman.
Yeah, great kid. Great smile. Guy that he also had his struggles during the year, but I mean he was very supportive and always did exactly what we asked him to do, and produced on the field, had lots of RBIs, and I felt like personally, and of course, when you have your players, you feel like they're all the best players, but I felt like he should have got a all-conference nod, and he didn't. But you know what? I saw him and this is typical of our team. I saw him in the cafeteria yesterday, and I said, Eddie, I thought you got snubbed from the all-conference team. And he said, sorry, Coach, we won a championship this year. So
that's all they care about.
That's exactly it. That's all they care about.
That's what you want them to do. They care about each other. They care about winning and having fun. And so Taryn Hayden, another senior.
Taryn was probably the glue that held it all together this year. To be honest, he was a mainstay in the top of our lineup. He had quality at bats all year. He played first base every game but one, I think, and just a tremendous season for him. His numbers might not be the best in the world as far as batting average, but he had tons of hits. He had tons of huge RBIs.
RBI guy.
Yes, and did a fantastic job for us. And he's another one of those guys that only cared about the result of the team over the result of himself. So,
cool.
Good group of seniors that we had.
Talk about next year. Who you excited about? You got a couple of pitchers coming back.
We do. We have. In fact, we have our entire pitching staff coming back next year. And so our team is going to have to learn how to handle expectations that they've never had to handle before. But we got Jake Perkins, who is the pitcher of the year, and in my opinion, by far the best pitcher in our conference. He was 7-0 in 9 starts in conference, and
8-1 overall.
We won. Yeah, we're the only team in our conference that didn't get swept this year, and it's because of Jake Perkins. We won every single one of his starts in conference. But Dylan Weaver, who's a freshman and was rookie pitcher of the year, threw a no-hitter in the last conference series against a quality team in Piedmont, who may actually have a shot at getting in the regional. But we got those 2 guys at the top of our pitching staff, and kind of under the radar. a Franklin County boy, Javen Metz,
Yes.
in the 3-hole.
Right.
And I went back through the box scores. I went through them last night looking at all of Javen's starts. And North Carolina Wesleyan series he started and went 5 innings. And every series after that, he went 5 innings except for one series. And so he had probably 7 out of 7 starts, his last 7 starts, 6 of them were quality starts and gave us a great opportunity to win ball games. And and he's a guy that came in, was going to be a reliever, maybe pitch an inning or two, and he started out as a reliever. We asked him to move into the starter's role. He took that on and slowly built his innings up, and he's really looking forward to getting himself back next September and seeing what he can do. And I think he's going to be a sleeper in our conference next year.
Big guy from Franklin County and what I call socio-emotional leader. He's a fun guy.
Absolutely.
Right.
He
He's
loves
the gong. He rang the gong.
Yes, he did.
And for those of you that don't know, that was a packing program we did. We packed 50,000 meals for third world country, and your whole team was there with their sweatshirts on at 7:30 in the morning unloading that truck. And those are the kinds of things, they work hard on the field, off the field, and in the classroom. And boy, if you can recruit some more of those guys,
we're going
we'll
to.
be happy. I know Travis and you both have been busy. Well, you have a busy day today. You're buying a home, and you're going to be my neighbor. So that's exciting for you and your family.
Absolutely.
Right. And another nice thing that happened was that in your first year as a head coach at Ferrum College, you were named Coach of the Year. How's that feel?
It feels great. And, I had our coaching staff was texting me last night telling me congratulations. And I said, those kinds of awards, although I'm very, very thankful for that award, they're staff awards, because a head coach can't do it by himself. And we have a great staff, not only a staff award, but award for our team, because you can't get a head coach of the year award without good players that want to play for you. And so we have a great staff. Travis Hunley, he's the glue on our coaching staff.
Franklin County guy.
He is a Franklin County guy. Been here for 3 years. He recruited many of these players. Jonathan Wills, who is our pitching coach from Roanoke. Chad Fouts, who's a Franklin County guy. Wes Walker, who was an all-region catcher here last year. And Matt,
academic kind of guy. He was a great one.
And Matt Fouts, who's also a Franklin County guy. Those guys enabled, they take a lot of pressure off of you as a head coach. So they're quality guys, and you can let them do their jobs.
And all except Travis. Travis is full time, but the rest of the guys are volunteer.
They are. They volunteer their time.
Incredible to me. And the weight room guys, was that Wills?
That's Matt Fouts.
Oh, Matt Fouts, really?
Yeah.
Good.
Coach Fouts is he spent many nights up here with our young men in the weight room, and they're volunteer guys, but they're guys that they're dirt bags, they're baseball guys. They love it, and they wouldn't have it any other way. And if we could pay them all $1 million, we would, but certainly we can't do that.
Yeah. And they understand that, and they're still willing to give, and that's pretty darn nice.
The common theme among those guys is that they love our young men. They love them, and they want them to do well. They want to teach them. They want them not to make the same mistakes that we did when we were in college.
Exactly.
So, and I think they convey that well, and they've done a great job for us, and it's enabled us to have the accolades that we've had this year.
So the awards just came out, the USA South, and there'll be more. But we talked about you getting the Coach of the Year. The biggest award that we were champions of the league. That's the greatest. And then Jake is the Pitcher of the Year in the league. Jake Perkins and Dylan Weaver, the Rookie of the Year, and Adam Duncan, junior outfielder, won an award. He's
first team outfielder.
First team.
Dunk's a guy that First year, he's kind of played every day for us. He's a junior, he'll be a senior next year, he'll be looked upon to carry a heavy load, and he's a guy that he's a very talented kid. He can run, he runs well, he's got good hands at the plate, and probably the best hands hitting wise on the team, and he needs to get stronger, and we've talked about that, and I really believe that he can make a run at Player of the Year next year, and not to put any pressure on him, but I've told him that many times, and it just depends on how hard he wants to work over this summer and next fall, and it's been enjoyable to see Dunk progress throughout this year and help us out, because we started out the year he wasn't even in the lineup. Maybe that's bad coaching by me. I don't know, but
maybe he got hungry though. That might have made him hungry and played hard.
And he ended up, hitting in the 3-hole for us, and most of the year 3 or 4 hole, and doing a great job.
You got a lot of juniors that we're looking forward to stepping up as not only to play but to lead. One of my favorites, Josh Moto. I just love the guy. He stays here all summer. He works hard for our grounds crew.
Yeah.
And
he's a jack of all trades. He can do anything.
He can fix my lawnmower.
Yeah, exactly right. I was going to say, if you need the lawnmower fixed,
that's good.
Right. You need the lawnmower fixed, he can do that. If you need a lefty to come out of the bullpen and get an out or two, he can do that too.
Right. So yeah. You have him. Matt Reynolds made All-League. He was an All-League performer, I think.
At DH, yeah. Matty Reynolds is a guy. There's just been a common theme throughout his career here is that he hit, for instance, this year he hit 267 overall.
Right.
He hit 300 in conference.
Right.
So when those games come on the weekends, Matty Reynolds is not that he's not ready to play all the time, but he's ready to play and come up with clutch hits. I think he's one of the most clutch hitters on our team, and got some huge 2-out, 2-strike RBIs this year that helped us win some ball games.
Well, it was kind of what I term a never say die team. These guys fought and were never down, and they swept the final series that they had to do to be league champions, and they did that.
Yeah, this year was so special. We overcame so many hurdles, and I felt like coming into this year we had a few monkeys on our back that we needed to get rid of. One of them was, trying to win close ball games at the end. Others were just certain things individually, but we had a pretty good run the first 3 quarters of the year, and then we got to the Averett series, and we had a little hiccup, and that hurt us for the next couple of series.
Sure.
We played Averett, had a hiccup, then we went to Covenant, who only lost 1 ball game all year in conference at their home field, and that was to us. And we went down there, and they took 2 out of 3, and then we had another little hiccup at Huntington College, and really could have just packed it in. We only had 4 games left after Huntington. We were muddled up in the middle of a conference race where there's,
several teams.
There was 4 or 5 other teams that could have finished second or maybe even first. And to be honest, Piedmont came into that series 14-7, and at the time, Covenant had 6 losses. So if Piedmont had come in here and swept us, they would have had the same opportunity. In fact, if they'd have won their last 6 games, they would have won the conference. Because it ended up that Covenant lost 2 ball games, ended up with 8 losses. So that was a conference series where both teams needed to win all 3 in order to give themselves a shot at winning a conference championship. And we were at home, and that's definitely a positive. But we took care of business and pitched the ball well and got some big hits.
Bringing a freshman, he throws a no-hitter for the clincher. My goodness, that's clutch.
3 our 3rd no-hitter of the year, and I keep telling Coach Naff it takes him 23 years to get 1. It takes me 1 year to get 3.
Billy Wagner doesn't have a no-hitter.
Right. So
get 3. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and those guys, it's a product of hard work, is what it is, and hard work and luck. Because funny story about that no-hitter is this the only no-hitter I've ever seen where a guy hit a double off the wall. because the fourth hitter of the game hits a line drive off the left field wall, and he's rounding first base, and Coach Hunley goes, he missed first. He missed first.
So he saw it.
So we pick the ball up and throw it back to the pitcher, and Weaver throws it over to first base, and the umpire bangs him out. The kid hit a double and didn't touch first, and we got him out at first base. So in the books, he never got to first.
He never got to first.
So then from then on, it took the wind out of their sails a little bit, and gave Weaver a little boost, and he just made it happen from that point on. Another funny story about that deal is our catcher, Hank Parsley, who's the only catcher in Ferrum history to call. He called every pitch of all 3 no-hitters. He tells me right after the game, he comes up and says, Coach, he says, I didn't realize we had a no-hitter till the 9th inning. So
he got sportsmanship award.
He did. He's also the third team catcher in the conference, and wouldn't trade him for anybody. Leadership wise, work ethic wise, Hank. The first game of the Huntington College series, we're in Wilson for the spring festival, and I didn't know anything about it, but Hank catches the whole game. He has 102 temperature, and he didn't catch the rest of the series, but he did catch the first game, and ended up losing 10 pounds that weekend because he was so sick. But he did catch the first game. He was very sick, had been up all night throwing up. He never told me. I found out because Coach Fouts talked to his mom after the game, and Coach Fouts told me about it. But otherwise,
that was a terrible virus. I know because I had it. It was bad.
It was bad. I mean, he literally sat in the dugout and just shook because he was freezing cold, and then he'd have sweats. And, tough kid, good kid.
So right now, I guess you're recruiting hard. You've been recruiting through. A lot of people don't understand that you recruit during the season.
Yeah.
And it takes some wear and tear.
We feel like we have some quality young men that are going to come in here and help us out and give us some depth next year. We need a few more pitchers to add to top-end pitchers to add to it to really give ourselves a shot. And I told the guys, and maybe I shouldn't make this public, but I told the guys at our end-of-the-year meeting that if we don't make it to the World Series next year, it'll be a disappointment for all of us.
Boy, let's see the optimism. That's what we need.
And we have a group of guys where I think, certainly we would have loved to go to the regionals this year. But it ended up kind of perfect because we won a conference championship and didn't go to the regionals, and now our guys are kind of got a bitter taste in their mouth. And they go home for the summer eager to get back here to prove to everybody that this year wasn't a fluke and that we honestly do think that we can make it to a regional and win a regional and go to the World Series. And that's what our goal is every year. And as great as this year was, this needs to be what it's like every year. We need to be right there for a championship every single year, and that's what every team should strive for. If they're not, then they're never going to win a championship. But that's what Ferrum baseball's always been about.
Yeah. Now, Ryan, the summer, what do most of the guys will they play in a league during?
We have 4 or 5 guys going out playing this summer, maybe a few more than that. But Division III baseball and being at a private school is a unique challenge, and the kind of kids that we get in here, they need to go out and work and make money and help pay the bills. So they do go out and they work, and a lot of our guys I think would be better off just lifting weights, conditioning, getting their bodies in shape and getting stronger. And we'll get the baseball stuff done in the fall. We'll have time to do that and get them ready to play. So, there's Jake Perkins is going to pitch in the Valley League. Dylan Weaver is going to pitch in the Valley League. Taylor Davis, Moose, he's going to go play in the Valley League this summer, and we have a few other guys playing in a few other leagues. So there'll be plenty of guys doing that, but there'll be plenty of guys out there working hard, making money, and preparing their bodies for next fall.
Well, I wish you luck in the off season and in your big day today. that's a life changer, buying a home.
Yeah.
Happy for you and your family, and happy we'll be neighbors. So this is our last show, and you know, we really need to acknowledge and thank Gary Holden. You know, Gary works harder than anybody I know at the whole college. He's an energizer for the whole athletic department. He talk about a glue guy. He's certainly the glue that keeps this department together. And we'd like to thank him for working hard on this show, putting it all together, producing it, directing it. And I guess you'll be doing the ESPN radio show after this. And so stay tuned for that. And really, congratulations for a great year. You brought the tradition back as far as I'm concerned. It's exciting, and baseball is a wonderful sport. I mean, it's my favorite for sure. So.
Mine too.
All right. Take care.
We need to thank Dave for doing his job here with the coach's show as well.
Yeah, well, yeah. It's been fun. It's a labor of love. All right. Until next year, if they hire us back, if they hire Gary back and me. So long and thank you.